Hey guys, this is Thane over at Thrive and Peak. And what if your best today doesn't look anything like your best yesterday? And what if that's completely okay? Some of us are punishing ourselves twice, once for failing, and once again for not being perfect. Why would we experience the pain of something not working out and then add the pain of self hatred on top of it? That's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So it's pretty simple, but it's also relatively heavy depending on what you look at, right? What does your best actually look like? Because your best looks different for everyone. And even more than that, your best looks different every single day. It depends, and it depends on what you do, like what you can apply this to. But you could be the best anything, the best teacher, the best person, the best, I don't know, the best version of you, though. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you're trying in the effort, I think that's where the synopsis is, right? We throw that phrase around a lot. Just try your best. I did my best. That wasn't your best. But what does that even mean, right? Your best isn't necessarily performative. I genuinely think your best is energy. It's what you put your energy towards. When you think of what do I have to do today, what's your non-negotiables? What are your rocks, your sands, and your pebbles, and all that, whatever, like all that stuff, right? And don't get it twisted. Like your best at 9 a.m. in the morning, if you've been consistently doing your best all day, and someone expects your best work at 6 p.m., it's gonna look different. It's gonna look different. It's not gonna be the same, and that doesn't make you lazy. That just makes you human. Sometimes your best is showing up strong. Sometimes your best is just showing up. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's surviving the day, depending on your situation, really, and both equally count to the individual. I believe you know what I'm saying, and it needs to be considered because I think the world would would benefit a lot from that, right? And here's what I'm talking about when I express the double punishment, right? I used to do something personally that didn't make a lot of sense, right? If something didn't work out for me, I would I would feel that annoyance and that pain and that frustration, and then I would add on to it, like saying I didn't try hard enough, or you should have done more, or you're not disciplined enough. And I think maybe that was like a self coping mechanism to kind of like keep me away from like being like, hey, you can't tell me something worse that I haven't told myself, bro. Like chill. You know what I mean? And why would I go through the experience of effort and then experience a disappointment and then add guilt on top of that? Guilt is a glue. Guilt is a glue. It keeps you stuck in that frustration, and it's that's optional pain. And a lot of us carry that optional pain. You know what I mean? For example, like parents, like parentings, like most parents, they do their best. They really do. Their kids are the reason why they work 8 to 10 hour shifts and cook these meals and get up hours before they have to and go to sports events and recitals and kid events and stuff like that after doing the work and things like that, or sometimes even before, let alone working overnight and certain things like that. But people do the best for their children and they still leave wounds. How do I know? Because I see the patterns every day. I see the patterns. I see the patterns every day. I live the pattern from both sides. I lived the pattern as the child and I lived the pattern as a parent until I recognized the pattern. So on and so forth. And I touch upon that in other episodes like reparenting yourself and so on and so forth. So but your intention matters. Your energy matters. And your effort, that matters. And the people that really do their best, even when their best isn't perfect, it doesn't diminish that they did their best. I believe your karma lies in the intention, what you intended for your actions to do, right? And the inner voice and what we talk about, I touched upon that in other episodes, like survivor's guilt and things like that. And sometimes people project their emotions on us, right? Like when they say, "Hey, you didn't try your best." Maybe, and if you know you gave your honest effort, you don't have to worry someone else's projection. That's theirs, not yours. Don't get it twisted. You're I think your best lies in the context, okay? And what I mean by that is um your best would be if you jump through 100 hurdles to get to your meeting today, and then you shat your meeting. Oh, like, you did your best. You get what I'm saying? Um, and that's the context behind it. Everyone that's like, yo, you kind of shat on the opportunity. They didn't jump those hurdles with you. I'm not necessarily saying that it's an excuse to shit your meeting, but I'm saying I understand, and hopefully you get them next time type energy. I'm feeling like that energy would help heal the world, and build a lot of bridges that we've burnt over the years. You get what I'm saying? And it's dependent on your capacity as well. What capacity do I have to engage in further just task and responsibilities that I have to do before my head hits the pillow tonight, you know? Because it's a lot. It really depends on the individual. Some people are built different. I mean, everyone is built different, really. No one is really built the same. Um, and I think that's why it's important to show up with honesty. But I think that's enough. If you're honest with your best, if you could put that product and be like, I honestly did my best with this, and this is why, and this is the context, I can speak on it, then that's still yours. If your best tomorrow looks bigger, that's growth. Stop measuring your best with someone else's highlight reel. I've heard this beautiful quote, and I think it's genuinely true. I think it's accurate, depending on what it is, because comparison could also be a challenge, and you can, depending on how you receive it. But they say comparison is the thief of joy. Stop measuring yourself against someone else's highlight reel. Measure it against your own integrity. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you feel better, you're more aware, you feel lighter, you can show up better because no one's perfect. But just try to be intentional. Be intentional. That's what my best looks like right now. I'm showing intention with what I do, and I'm benefiting greatly from that. With me showing up with my own intentions, and so on and so forth, I'm able to accomplish a lot more with my life now recently. And I'm very proud to say that because I wasn't always. Sometimes I felt very stuck, and I'm very proud to say that. And this channel is another thing that I'm very proud of. I'm very so humbled to be here with you guys, and just being able to talk and chat about these subjects that I love to, because, like, honestly, like, this is it entices me, and I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm filling my purpose. So I want to ask you guys before I close out. Um, when was the time where you punished yourself twice, right? Drop it in the comments. We can talk about it. This is a safe space. We build here. We grow here. We climb here. And if you're giving your best today, I'm proud of you. And if your best feels small right now, just keep climbing anyways. This is Thrive and Peak, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you.